Department of the Air Force, in keeping with one of the oldest traditions in military service, pay special tribute to the Director, Studies and Analysis, Mr. Rowayne A. Schatz, on the occasion of his retirement. The presiding official for today's ceremony is the Secretary of the Air Force, the Honorable Troy E. Mink. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem and the invocation. Ladies and gentlemen, Chaplain Brigadier General David Kelly will now deliver the invocation.
As we celebrate a great American, would you join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, we gather today to express our deepest gratitude for the extraordinary career of Mr. Schatz, or Major General Rowayne Schatz Jr., retired. We thank you for 46 years of unwavering dedication and service to our nation, a journey that began with his commission from the United States Air Force Academy in 1983. We are grateful for the courage he demonstrated as a command pilot, flying more than 4,200 hours. We recognize his leadership and strategic wisdom as he commanded at the squadron, group, wing levels, and in vital staff positions at Air Mobility Command, TRANSCOM, SOCOM, 5th Air Force, the Joint Staff, and here at the Headquarters Air Force. As he transitions into retirement from a lifetime of service to his country, we ask for your continued blessing upon him. May he see years of health, joy in relationships, and deep fulfillment with his family by his side. As well, Lord, truly, airmen do not rise to great heights without support from their family. Therefore, we thank Kim, Wayne III, Marissa, and Scott for their service to the Air Force over decades. A grateful Air Force says thank you. Lastly, Lord, not only may his retirement be a time of well-deserved peace and rest, a time to create memories with loved ones, and a time to enjoy our personal hobbies and passions, but also a time to reflect on the honor and distinction wrought by a life defined by service and sacrifice to something much larger than himself. Because of that, we collectively say, thank you and Godspeed. In the Lord's name I pray, amen.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Secretary Mink.
Good morning. My second meeting today. The first one was with a hill. Guess which one I'm most looking forward to. So I think this might be a record, Schatzy. This is a pretty senior group here. Thank you all for being here. Secretary Kendall, nice to see you again. Chief, Mr. Swartz, Matt, I'm going to stop with you, so I'll be here. I'll be here all day long. Thanks everybody for coming to the second retirement, Schatzy. But mostly I want to thank Kim and Wayne III and Marissa for coming in today. Really appreciate it. I know Schatzy and I have been talking about it a bit, and I know he's really looking forward to today and looking forward to retirement, which I believe is actually going to be a real retirement. Matter of fact, I'm 90% sure of that because we spent probably a good 15, 20 minutes a while ago looking at Google Maps at Lake of the Woods and where the house is and where the dock is and where the clubhouse is and everything. So, matter of fact, by the end of the meeting, I was feeling a little bit jealous. Matter of fact, I was feeling a lot jealous. I might buzz over there this weekend just to see it. So again, thanks everybody for being here. 36 years. He's been married to Kim. And 46, was it 40? Almost 50 years in the Air Force of one form or another. Half the existence of the Air Force. So you're feeling old now? Half of the existence of the Air Force. He's been supporting his country, both in military and as we mentioned, as now as a civilian. He started back in school, 83. He graduated from the academy the year I went into college, so I'm almost as old, not quite. Did great there. Went straight to his master's degree at Boston. What was it in?
Public policy.
Public policy. Okay, well, that's not so bad. So, and then went straight to Clark Air Force Base where he met Kim, but they weren't there very long because they closed the base down and he left. But he's had a phenomenal career and was lucky enough to at least do something right and kept Kim from there on. Spent over 33 years and what was it, 13 moves across 19 assignments. I think, Marissa, you said you both moved 13 times. Is that right? So you got pretty much all of them. So it's been an extremely busy career. And it's even tougher considering there were 2 uniform members, at least in the start, with Kim as Air Force nurse. And my wife's also Air Force nurse, and I can attest that it's one of those things where you actually especially during dinner, you don't want to ask them how their day went. Anybody who's had a nurse for a spouse, there's lots of things you don't want to hear them talk about, especially when you're eating. So, but both of them serve their country, and that's great. But C-130, C-17, 90 different nations, survived what a year at Air Command and General Staff College. Mentioned Air Mobility Command, U.S. Transportation Command, commanded at pretty much every level, including 3 different wings. So super impressive, and ended as vice chairman or vice chief or vice commander, I should say, of Air Mobility Command before he retired. And then decided he really didn't want to move or didn't want to leave the government, which was great for the government. What was it, 13 moves across 19 assignments, and then the next 10 years, 2 jobs, no moves at all. So quite a little shift in at least the movement side of the house, but still great contribution to the nation. Started out in A3 as a deputy to A3, which is a staggeringly important job, and worked a number of big issues. It says that you solved the pilot shortage crisis. And it says here that you solved the readiness problem. Chief, you told me we were still struggling with that.
I must have been.
So spent 5 years. 5 years in the A3 and seriously worked a lot of the really major problems. It was just kind of kicking off when the UAS threats were we're starting to really and continue to grow as a threat and start a lot of the work to work basically our airspace control, no-fly zones around our bases to improve the security, and that continues to be. And he, in his current role, or his, I guess, current role for a little bit, and did a lot of analysis on how to deal with that threat as well, including COVID. Was here and COVID response team, so crisis action team, I should say. So 5 years, really, really busy in that job. And then he decided to do something totally different, although I think you were there as a colonel as well. Went into essentially the studies and analysis director. Started on air staff, but then went up to secretary of staff position, and that's where I've known him for a long time, and it's just done a phenomenal job. We can go into the many sets of analysis they've done. Throughout my career, the ops analysis work that they do, that Schatz is really almost brought in from a career field into the service and elevated the importance, has just been critical to making decisions. CCAs, which will end up being a lot of discussion on the Hill this morning about the CCA and the importance of the CCA. I think everybody realized a lot of that came out of the analysis that his team did. The F-47, again, came out of the analysis that they did on what we needed from the aircraft, and now they're doing an immense amount of work on how we're going to manage all these activities. So getting the entire department to listen, as well as Congress to listen to anything, can always be challenging, and he's just done a phenomenal job, doing that. And probably one of the biggest things, and I actually didn't really appreciate this, I don't think, is the ops analysis people, the 15As, the ops research ops analysis people. They think of him almost as the father of analysis within the department, and he's worked across the department to really push that career field, as well as at the MAGCOMs, right? Setting up positions out in the MAGCOMs to support their analysis throughout it. So not just here on air staff, but really across the entire department. I had no idea. And again, I've been using him for most of my career and had no idea that you had a huge part of that. So that is just phenomenal impact to what we do and how we're going to operate in the future. I mean, for the next decade, considering we keep airplanes for 50 years, your impact is going to be felt for many decades, and actually multiple generations of airmen and guardians, actually. So with that, I just cannot thank you enough for everything you've done, and you have more than deserved retirement down on Lake of the Woods. Had no idea that, I mean, this is actually super cool, right? That you met water skiing, right, in Subic Bay, right? Second date, right? First date was water skiing in Subic Bay. And then all I keep hearing is he's going to spend his retirement on a boat down Lake of the Woods, pulling water skiers. So it took you a while to get back to it. I hope you did a little bit of it in between, but that's 47-year span. So that's just phenomenal. So congratulations. It's been great working with you. I actually tried to get him to stay, but that didn't work very well. Especially when that's actually what led to the Google Maps look. He's like, I already got a house. I'm like, really? I go, really? And so we ended up looking at the house, and that's where I started feeling a little bit like I want one of those. So anyway, thank you very much, Schatzy. I appreciate it, and the department appreciates everything you've done, so congratulations.
Please rise as Secretary Mink presents Mr. Schatz with the Exceptional Civilian Service Award. Attention to orders. Mr. Rowayne A. Schatz, in recognition of his distinguished performance as Director, Studies and Analysis, SAF SA, Pentagon, Washington, D.C., from 23 May 2021 to 28 February 2026. During this period, Mr. Schatz led critical Department of the Air Force analysis that shaped over $68 billion in fiscal year 24 Air Force Program Objective Memorandum investments, including $5.8 billion to initiate the Collaborative Combat Aircraft Program, the Air Force Secretary's top priority. Additionally, Mr. Schatz led a human capital transformation for operation analysts that established a new initial skills training program, expanded space and nuclear analysis capacities by 20%, added 100 analysts to operational units, and increased analyst recruiting by 68%, while reorganizing, expanding, and elevating the role of the studies and analysis to a secretariat-level organization. Finally, Mr. Schatz oversaw the analysis supporting the President's F-47 decision and delivered key Golden Dome missile defense and airborne moving target indicator insights central to the nation's defense. The singular distinctive accomplishments of Mr. Schatz reflect the highest credit upon himself and the Department of the Air Force. Please remain standing as Secretary Mink presents Mr. Schatz with the Outstanding Civilian Career Service Award. In recognition of his distinguished performance in support of the Department of the Air Force from 3 October 2016 to 28 February 2026, most notably as Director, Studies and Analysis, Pentagon, Washington, D.C., Mr. Schatz was critical to the expanded role of the analytics in the Department of the Air Force, manifested in leading the transition of HAF A9 to SAF SA. He oversaw the growth of the analytical community by 100 personnel and expanded capacity tenfold, while championing delivery at the speed of relevance. Through his stewardship and indomitable relentlessness, SAF SA conducted the analysis responsible for the President's F-47 decision and expanded analytical insights in nuclear, cyber, space, and autonomous disciplines. Additionally, he drove the development of a novel model to modernize and update operational planning and factors in the War Mobilization Plan. Finally, he was a cherished friend and mentor to his numerous colleagues and subordinates. The distinctive accomplishments of Mr. Schatz culminate a distinguished career with the United States government and reflect great credit upon himself and the Department of the Air Force. Please remain standing as Secretary Mink retires Mr. Schatz. By order of the Secretary of the Air Force, Mr. Wayne Schatz is retired from federal civilian service after more than 22 years of faithful and honorable duty. Secretary Mink will now present Mrs. Schatz with a certificate of appreciation for the United States Air Force. It reads, "In grateful appreciation, the United States Air Force presents this certificate in recognition to Kim Schatz for the commitment and numerous contributions that made positive impacts to the nation's defense. Thank you for your support, which gave strength and purpose to your spouse's service." Signed by Troy E. Mink, Secretary of the Air Force. At this time, Mr. William Dries from SAF SA will come forward for a special presentation.
Should we all sit down?
Not yet.
I keep making the move. I speak for all of SAF SA, the honor and pleasure of serving with you over the years, both current and former. We have two things to present to you. The first one is a flag that was flown over the Pentagon in your honor on February 10th. So this is just basically a memento of your time here at the building and how you won't have to come back.
Thank you.
So, take a picture. This is the certificate that basically says that it flew over the Pentagon on the 10th of February, yes. And then we do have a presento. It's pretty simple. Surprisingly expensive, but this is the picture we took with the whole team, your patch, and just commemorating your time here.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, to serve you. All right. So, congratulations. Appreciate it.
Please be seated.
By the way, he's not that far away. I'm not sure that he'll never come back. I'm sure.
Mr. Schatz.
All right.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Schatz.
Wow. I thought this would be easier the second time, but it's not. It's actually harder because this time is kind of for real. Wow. Thanks everyone for being here. Secretary Mink, really appreciate you and taking the time to be here, bringing the band along and everything else. You know, when you ask the secretary to actually do this, you get all the perks that come with it. But thanks for the kind words and everything. I should have had the check with the speechwriter because you actually covered some of the things I was planning to talk about, but it's all good. Secretary Kendall, great to see you again, sir. Welcome. Susie, Mrs. Schwartz, thanks for being here. We'll talk a little more about you and the General Schwartz later. Undersecretary Lohmeyer, it's great seeing you here. Sean Nasco, thanks. Good to see you. General Bratton, Governor, great to have you here. I really appreciate you and my ability to be with the Space Force and everything. General Montaigne, great to be here too. And of course, Secretary Kendall, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming back. And Chief, thanks. It's great to serve with you. And also, for all the friends, family here, we've got, a lot general officers, partners, civilians, senior civilians, friends from all parts of life that we've been here. Thank you. Appreciate you being here today, celebrate with Kim and I, and really a wonderful journey in our Air Force. One of the parts about being retired is now I have to put glasses on to be able to read my notes, unlike last time. Well, a little short as 47 years ago, I stood at attention at a similar ceremony where I gave the oath of office for the first time as a cadet at the Air Force Academy. At the time, I had really no plans of making the Air Force a real career. I was motivated to go to pilot training, fly about 6 years, and then go fly for the airlines. So what made me stay? I've had great opportunities in our Air Force. Military flying, in the C-130, C-17, flying on MVGs, challenging type work. Fun visiting over 90 countries, as the Secretary mentioned. Got to fly around the world in the C-130. Took about 10 days, but it was some great stops along the way. And also, but the demands of leadership, military leadership at the squadron, group, wing, level, also serving on staffs as general officer, several levels, again, all just very rewarding, I think, professionally. I was also just motivated by a sense of serving. I think I grew into it, frankly. Being something bigger than myself, we support and defend the Constitution. We serve our nation, protect the rights of our fellow Americans, and it really is a noble calling. And I enjoy encouraging young people to be able to consider it. Back in 2016, when I was retiring from active duty, an opportunity came up after I'd served 33 years to continue to serve as a senior civilian in our Air Force. The deputy A3 job was coming open, and it was something that tugged at me. I hadn't really thought about going to civil service afterwards. I was probably considering going to industry, but it was just something that was really special. So I talked to Kim and kind of asked, hey, what do you think? Should we, go back to D.C.? We'd been here before. We had friends here. Continue another serve in a different uniform. Thankfully, like always, she said yes. We're all in. So we came to the Pentagon, started a new chapter. In that new uniform and being a brand new senior executive servant, I continued to have great opportunities in my second career. In the A3, I got to work with the Federal Aviation Administration. I was the rep from the DoD actually to the FAA, and serendipitously, actually a classmate of mine from the academy, Dan Elwell, was the deputy administrator, and I got to be on the administrator's personal advisory staff. Got to work things like counter drone policy. So we actually have our bases now have limits about no fly zones. I got to do that and work with them on that, and got it done. In cybersecurity of the nation's national airspace, we actually started a cybersecurity thing. Our military deputies and I, worked on solving those hard problems for the Air Force. We thought we had them solved. Readiness, counter drone policy. You'll love this one, sir. We had a requirements review of the replacement for Air Force One. Thought we had nailed that down. That was actually after I briefed Secretary Kendall when he was still at AT&L on the replacement. So it's been that long ago. We crisis response to COVID-19. So we tried our best. We were good at some, and maybe not at all. Some things you think you solve, and they just keep coming back. But I was in my happy place, working for Airmen Guardians, soon to be, and giving them the kit, and the guidance they need to be able to go out and fly, fight, win, and come back to their families. After about 4.5 years of that, I'll call it fun work in the A3, it really was fun, although it was work. We did long hours. After that, Chief Brown hired me to lead the 150 airmen in the Air Force A9 at the time. That didn't last very long because about 2 months later, Secretary Kendall at the time came in, and I think took a couple of weeks, but I think in a meeting he kind of said, "Hey, CQ, why is Schatz working for you and not for me?" So that started. So that started the job of moving the analysis business from the air staff up to Secretariat staff, and also expanding with bringing back Space Force capability, nuclear capability, and to help build that team. And General Brown was gracious enough to let us kind of keep the team pretty much together and whole, because it takes bandwidth, and enough people to do the mission. And so we basically moved the entire team. So it was a special time. That began really a fantastic journey. Not just the folks in A9, but I was the functional authority for our ops analysts throughout the department of the Air Force, and that's kind of bureaucratic talk. I was the chief analyst for the department, and I got to actually look at the career, work with the career field, and try to build a larger team, across the department, and that was a great journey. We had an amazing group of airmen guardians, civilians, contractors. They're all delivered key studies, kind of that the secretary talked about. I remember getting to brief the Deputy Secretary of Defense on CCAs, the E7. We got to brief on the Hill, and that's where a lot of our work went to the White House for the F-47 decision. So it was just an amazing time, and pleasure to be part of a high-performing team. Sometimes I think they're, working in the backgrounds, but really I think helping to make a difference, and that's kind of really what motivated us, to help make sure our airmen guardians had what they needed to even deter, or to go fight and win and come home to their families if they had to. Now all that was really special, and Kim and I will have some great memories. But what made the ride so special and so fun was, it made us hang around so long, was serving with people like you. You're the reason we stayed, to serve with and to be around. It's really that simple. I will try to recognize, personally thank. If I try to recognize and personally thank everyone in the room, I'll blow it. I'll miss somebody, and it won't be good. But I will do my best to keep it short and try to hold my composure. First, family. My lovely bride, Kim. We've been doing this together as we met young lieutenants, at Clark. Every day is, I love going to bed with you and waking up with you. You gave me the strength and the support to be able to, serve this long, and after your service too. Everyone in the room would be much sadder with your leaving than me leaving. It always works that way. And we tried to have a family environment in Staff SA and get spouses together and have family nights and things, and you're always there helping to lead that, and just a great support. I love you, and I'm excited about the next chapter. So I'm looking at you. Don't start crying. Thanks for everything, and I do have some flowers to give you. All right, round of applause for Kim, please. Well, I'm also going to give some flowers to my lovely daughter. The boys don't get flowers, but we'll have a scotch or something later. We have two wonderful children. We're both here, and they spent the first 2/3 of their lives in our, early in our Air Force, serving along with us. Wayne and Marissa, hey, we're so proud.
Thanks.
You're both, watching you grow up. You're both two incredible adults. You have successful careers and wonderful partners. Like I said, 12 different houses, 10 different schools, numerous squadron group, wing events, getting escorted by security police back to the house after not having a helmet when you're riding your bike. Oh yeah, and it's the wing commander's house. Oops. Yeah. It was fun serving with you. I mean, my Air Force family, that's what we are. Thanks for your support. I love you both deeply. Wayne, I know your fiancee Bree, couldn't be here. Would love to be here today. Other things going on back in Colorado. Scott, thanks for being a supportive and really loving partner to Marissa. We're blessed to have all four of you. We're really doubly blessed that you like hanging around with us still, and we look forward to spending a lot more fun time at the lake. My father and mother both passed away several years ago. I really thank them for the support and the background and the bringing up that they gave me. Kim's father also passed away a few years ago, so her mom is the only one left. Joyce, she's in Florida with her one of Kim's younger sisters, so couldn't make it here. I'm thankful for them, help raising a wonderful daughter, but also making us part of their family. They're also thankful for the Green Bay Packer tickets we get when we go visit. Go Pack, go. Yeah, I had to sign a prenup for that, sir. So, so really, what made serving our Air Force so much fun is really the people we had to serve with. Several classmates from the class of '83 are here. Kind of got a little bum early here. So hey, come on, stand up, folks. Really, hey, Harry. Thanks for being here. Actually, two of my classmates, Harry and Cheryl introduced us to Lake of the Woods. So that's how we found our place down there. So it's nice. It's good to be retiring with neighbors and friends. So thanks, guys. The one of the things you also get to do is you meet, when you move in our Air Force, you get to meet people under similar circumstances. So you really tie, I think, close bonds quickly. So we've got friends here from our time at the Academy, Harvard, Charleston, McCord, Scott, and here in the Pentagon as well. You're all what made it fun. So thanks. We really appreciate your friendship, support, and service. We've also had, ability to be on some, amazing teams along our time. Leadership, friends we served with at, squadron group and wing level, plus staffs, places like Special Ops Command, Air Mobility Command, Joint Staff, TRANSCOM, and finally back here in A3 and SAP-SA. It's been wonderful. A lot of folks here in the room were along for those journeys. Again, I had the chance to, in 2016, come to civil service, and about 4.5 years in A3, and then 4.5 years in SAP-SA. Had some great fellow leaders and people I worked with and for. In A3, Lieutenant General J. Raymond, later the first CSO, hired me to be the A3. Took a gamble, and I appreciate him for that. And then hit me Nolan, Grace Kelly, Gus Gustafson, all lieutenant generals, and then some became generals after that. Great to serve with them. Also, alongside good friends, Scott Vanderham, Smokey Robinson, Russ Mack, all great leaders. And as the deputies, we had fun together, getting stuff done the boss didn't want to do. And then taking over studies and analysis in the summer of 2021. A dream come true for me, because being a deputy, is kind of fun, but really being in charge is even better and funner. And got to actually to lead a team, it was almost the size of a squadron. And truth be told, I was the ops research major at the Academy, and applying that analysis, I did that, in my jobs quite a bit, when going through the military side of the house. And I found I was an analyst at heart. And so being able to do that, getting to serve with the best of the best was really special. Leading the men of A9 and women of A9 and SAP-SA has been a joy. And a vision of doing worthy work while also making the organization a place to come to and thrive, and working hard and playing hard, and I just had a blast being part of it. For a lot of my compatriots on the analysis side, Chance Wallow, Yeti Dries, Todd Hammond, George Buck, Corey Damon, Rustin Polsky, I think Angie Giddings, I'm not sure if Angie's here. Julia Phillips, all the awesome partners in the front office, and really a joy to be with. Our kind of second level leaders at the 3-letter level were Fam O'Malley, T2 Timmerman, Chris Moore, Kevin Arthur, Petrus Knight, Greg White, Mark Stankiewicz. All amazing to watch them deliver key results daily. Also, another fun part, was of my time leading SAP-SA was working with teammates from the analysis working group led by OSD, now OSW CAPE. And this is kind of special. Secretary Kendall asked, hey, is it okay if we're going to work with CAPE, we're going to be open and transparent, and we're going to share our analysis with them and bring them in as part of our team. And Secretary Kendall, Secretary Mink, supported that. And then because we were just able to, build a great teamwork. So I know several folks in the room here, thanks for that. And getting to work, with the analytic experts, from CAPE, policy, from the Joint Staff on the J8 and the J7, also with, friends in the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, and of course Space Force and Space Warfare Analysis Center. It was all fantastic, and it really, I was proud of the work we got to do together to solve really hard problems. So the great leadership team here in the Secretariat, as well as Air Force and Space Force staffs. Thanks to all the, SES, general officers, and directors and deputies for all your support and help. It does take, hard work and really locking arms together almost as a scrum on a rugby team to get important things done in our bureaucracy. And so just thanks for being good teammates, helping to, support me and letting me support you and thanks for your friendship and your hard work. Everyone's focused on making the Department of the Air Force better, and it's been an honor to do that with you. Also, special thanks to my fellow senior executive service teammates, a lot of folks here in the Pentagon and also in the field. You're the continuity, the special expertise that helps, us all work together and to solve hard problems kind of below the radar scopes, you might say. Thanks for your friendship and hard work. I know there's several members of what we call the Legacy Circle here. It's a lot of our retired senior executives. I'm now honored to be joining the Legacy Circle and to have that great that special team, and also many of you here that mentored me how to be a better senior executive. So thanks for all the help and support. Anything they say is like only about 10% true. Kim and I have been blessed with some amazing mentors and leaders we served under over the years. As we all know, it takes a village to raise an airman, and for some of us, it takes more finishing than others. So Secretary Mink, thank you again for your officiating today. It's been an honor to serve with you. It's been really special to watch you and how hard you work, to help lead and take care of our airmen and guardians. It's easier for me to retire knowing that you're in the seat and taking on the role. So thanks, sir. Secretary Kendall, thanks for coming today. It's great to see you again. You challenged me to really take on our ops analysis team and bring them to a new level. I remember like one of the first articles you wrote, I think, was talking about the importance of our ops research. And I thought, oh, this is going to be even really fun or really hard. And it was a little both. But thanks for insisting on showing us the data, showing you the data, and for listening when our junior analyst, brought good and bad news to you. Under Secretary Lohmeyer, again, hey, thanks. Appreciate all your support as we've been, going through getting to meet you and going through some of the reorganization talks and things here. Really appreciate your support and what support you've given us. Is really going to be priceless for moving forward to the future. So it's great to see you on your team. Susie. This is Susie Schwartz. Again, I know you didn't want to go through the entry point today and everything, and I know your husband, General Schwartz, would love to be here. I know he's got other board meeting over at IDA today. So thanks. You and your husband taught Kim and I how to be a good leadership team, and you mentored us through the years, and still I know you and Kim getting together on almost every Friday and your stamping club and everything. It's great. Appreciate everything that you guys have done for us, and we will have you to the lake house pretty soon. I heard about that. General Wilsbach, Chief, sir, thanks for all the leadership. We got to actually first met each other when I think you were a brand new J3 at CENTCOM and I was a J3 at TRANSCOM and got to work together. So it's been an honor to serve with you through the years, and it's great to have you in the leadership role of the Chief for our Air Force. We're in good hands, so appreciate you. Mr. Manasco, John, former SAF MR, still serving in different ways. Thanks for being a great mentor and a great friend. Governor General Bratton, It's great to have you in the Vice CSO job. I appreciate you. I actually, Gov one time did actually tell me that SAF SA was the one two-letter on the Secretariat staff that really added value to the Space Force. So that was amazing. So, so everybody else better pick your game up. So, but thanks for all the support. And
thanks.
Yeah, FM's not important. Come on. Yeah, and for General LaMontagne, Johnny, it's great to have you here in the Vice Chief role. I can't wait to see and watch how you lead and mentor the team and bring us on to even make more improvements and everything. So welcome, and thank you for your support through the years. Kim and I are also blessed to serve with a group of executive officers and executive assistants through the years. So I want to recognize the local folks. I know Grace is back here. Is now serving with the chief, and was our executive assistant in A3. I don't see Angela. Oh, they're hiding over there. Angela Tyrese here, who was our executive assistant in SAF SA. And then we've got from SAF SA days, Robot Latimer's here, Jeremy Shoulders, I think was going to be here, Brendan O'Neill, Teddy Shively, Mark Chalet. I know Kevin Resilient is not from the past, but all my execs in the front office in the time there. Reva Sunkiss, Corey Damon, Chesley Dykus was going to be here. Execs from a more junior life, and it's great to see you all here. All tried their best to keep me in line and moving in the right direction and help keep Kim informed. Some days they did it better than others, but I know it was a challenge most of the time. Thanks for all the fantastic support in making office life fun. We've been blessed, had to be able to serve across almost 47 years. Wow, with tremendous airmen, guardians, civilians, military. It has been awesome to see some of our kids, that we got to serve with grow up to be general officers, colonels, chiefs, even senior executive servants, and that's really what kind of made this family business even more special. Ceremonies like this don't happen on their own, so I would like to thank a few folks personally for this. I think Sergeant Morero, thanks for narrating today. Really appreciate you. For Suzanne Madison and the protocol team, did a great job putting all this together, orchestrating the event. Our Maids and Honor Guard. We also have the Air Force Band here today providing that. Chapman Kelly, hey, thanks. It was a wonderful invocation and started me to put tears in my eyes. And for the SAF SA team, a lot of folks here wearing service dress today, helping to escort and make everything happen. We really appreciate you. Thanks, everyone, for all that help. Kim and I are excited about this next chapter, but it was kind of last time we did this, it was really we weren't ready to grow up yet. And so we kind of switched one day from, wearing a flight suit to the next day wearing a suit. It's a little bit different this time. So we're still adjusting. I'm still adjusting. As I was walking, to the Pentagon yesterday from a meeting, and I was like, wow, this is going to be like one of my last times walking down this hallway. I'm not sure how to process that. Should I smile or be happy, or should I be sad? A little of both, probably. And I got to turn in my get read out of kind of security programs and things yesterday, And then, so it really starts settling in that no longer part of the inner team. But we're looking forward to it. You know, we do have the lake house. We've been, you know, really the last 4 years, we've been using that as our weekend getaway and work-life balance. So I'm looking forward to even more work-life balance in the future. But I'm sure I'll still be, you know, after a couple months, we'll see in what's next. Still trying to figure that out. So, actually, it's 46.7 years. And I'd do it all over again if I had the chance. So, just with that, thanks everyone for coming. You all mean a lot to us. God bless you. God bless America.
The men and women of the Department of the Air Force are proud to have served with you, Mr. Schatz. And we wish you and Mrs. Schatz every success in your future endeavors. Please, well, you're already rising, for the Air Force song. This concludes this morning's ceremony. Please join Secretary Mink in congratulating Mr. and Mrs. Schatz in the receiving line in the front of the room. Mr. and Mrs. Schatz invite everyone to attend a reception immediately following the ceremony in the rear of the room. Thank you for attending, and we wish you all a pleasant day.
Sure.